Hi, I'm Don Sykes, the chair of the Wisconsin Workforce Development Association and CEO of Milwaukee Area Workforce Investment Board. The Wisconsin Workforce Development Association represents the leadership of the 11 workforce development boards in Wisconsin. We have 33 members in the body of WWDA, 11 private sector business leaders and board chairs, 11 elected officials, and 11 executive directors. Together we represent over 170 businesses across the state, 72 counties and elected officials who represent the government, along with 11 executive directors who carry out the strategic direction for these regional governing initiatives. We are an effective broker working constantly to identify additional resources and relationships that will help us create a strong economy for the state. We are positioned to help the Council on Workforce Investment and the Governor meet the state's job and economic development goals.
The basic role of the Workforce Development Board is to maintain the foundation, provide the place, provide the safety place where the different organizations and groups in workforce development that are concerned about workforce development can come and have a conversation about the needs of the workforce and the needs of the businesses. This includes the educational systems, both the K through 12 and the technical colleges. It includes all of the job center partners, the state of Wisconsin, and all of the different organizations. It includes businesses, first and foremost, probably the most important aspect, and it includes our community-based organizations, all who are interested in economic or workforce development. And this provides the safe place where they can have that conversation and then start to work on innovative plans and resolutions and solutions to meet the needs of businesses and also upgrade our workforce in our region.
The responsibility of the Workforce Development Board there are a number of responsibilities. One is to assure that the services that are being delivered at the centers, whether it's to business, whether it's to job seekers, have the quality that they deserve. Second one is to assure that the tax dollars that we are using to provide these services are well spent. And then the third one, and not because it's the third one, is less important, is also to convene the community partners. Again, to make sure that these days where resources are becoming more and more scarce, that they are used in the best possible way. Duplication is a terrible thing. Duplication is a way to waste tax dollars. We eliminate that. Whether it is working with libraries, whether it is working with community-based entities in each of the areas, whether it is working with the human services from the counties, whether it's working with the TANF agencies that operate the W2 program, the Wisconsin Job Service, any entity, we want to convene with them to make sure, again, that the services that are provided in the most effective and efficient manner.
Job centers are a critical part of the workforce development system. They are the public portal to public resources, serving hundreds of thousands of workers every year.
Clearly the recession impacted our community and communities across Wisconsin in a way that's hard to even grasp at this point, 2 years later. We looked at the hard numbers and we saw a huge uptick. We saw the bell on the graph tick upward. But I think what really makes the difference is seeing the individuals in the job centers each day, that people aren't just numbers, that the economy and the recession wasn't just a intellectual term, but there were real consequences to these layoffs. And our job centers, as as good as they are, proved to be even better than we expected. They responded, they've done the job, and amazingly, they continue to do it today.
The main key roles that the board provided during the recession and regional aspect is to provide stability and leadership to the Job Center. During a chaotic and tumultuous time when things were spiraling down to the worst case scenarios and we were seeing increases, doubling the numbers of people that were coming through the door, we needed to be that voice of calm and reason and pulling together all the resources of the community, whether it be state agencies, community-based organizations, businesses, and anybody who was interested in helping, pulling those resources together and pooling them for the most effective delivery of service and to connect with job seekers.
An example is Oshkosh Corp. They were hiring 800 people. So the business service team, the board, the job center partners, we all sat down with Oshkosh Corp to identify the needs. We were very successful in meeting that demand for Oshkosh Corp to hire quality people, and some of them might have been local, some of them from different parts of the state, and we were able to serve and get people into jobs and meet the employer's demand.
Businesses in today's environment, clearly with the volume of job seekers that are out there, the individuals seeking work, in many cases are very concerned about being overwhelmed. The Job Center provides that brokering and buffering function, both to help traffic direct individuals who are most appropriate for their needs, and at the same time to translate back to the job seeker community what it is, what the skill requirements are, what the openings are, what the requirements are to get that job. All of those things go on every day in and out of all of the job centers across the state, and it's that combined function of reaching out to employers, gathering in their information, their skill needs, their demands, their requirements, and then looking at the available workforce and trying to find the best possible matches and assist in the referral process. That's where the two really meet and connect, and the Job Center is the best vehicle for bringing that about.
The boards have been critical to the survival of the Job Center system. We put in the bulk of financial resources to maintain the systems. Without the core and intensive services we provide and the partnerships that we create with other entities in job centers, they would simply not exist.
Workers need a place to go to deal with not only their employment issues, but issues related to their family, their kids, and the Job Center provides a friendly atmosphere and a productive place where they can do the job search, determine what kind of skills they might need to be employable in the new workforce. And the job centers provide an expert staff that is able to deal with people on a real level, on a human level, and that's what really counts.
I'm not sure that people understand how much the state of Wisconsin has been both a pioneer and a leader in career pathway and sector work. We are such a leader that the Department of Labor actually asked last year for a team of staff from the Wisconsin Technical College System, the boards, and the Department of Workforce Development to go to DC to serve as content experts. We really didn't understand how great a leader we were until we actually were engaged with other states, where we helped them understand how to engage industry, how to actually build sector teams, and how to understand what career pathway training might look like and what that engagement would mean with their technical college systems. So we really at this point are looked at from around the entire country as to how do you do this work and how do you really do it effectively.
My work within the Region for Economic Development is tied to preparing the workers that businesses need. Economic growth within a community is tied directly to the prosperity and production of a business, and that relies on a skilled workforce to do the job and produce the products that are necessary. As we address the economic needs of the area, it's important that we work directly with businesses to find out what truly are the job-specific skills that are needed within that business. The resources then of the workforce system can in fact be used and targeted to preparing the workers with those particular skills. But the growth of a business is tied directly to the quality of the workforce and the ability of the workforce system to provide the resources, to provide training so that the workers have the kinds of tools and skills that a business needs, contribute to the growth and prosperity of that particular business and overall to the community.
Certainly. In Northeast Wisconsin, our most important industry sector partnership is the Manufacturing Alliance. And that actually began when a handful of manufacturers came to us back in 2006. Couldn't find welders, couldn't find machinists, couldn't find the people that they needed. And we were able to provide some staffing time and a little bit of money to do some other things and get that momentum going and keep it going. But it really, as it happened then, the manufacturers themselves really sustained it and grew it to the point where we are at about 80 members now, along with another 15 associate members.
Our Workforce Development Board has a very unique industry partnership in central Wisconsin. It's food manufacturing science training program, and it's around the food manufacturing industry, particularly cranberries, cheese, and potatoes in central Wisconsin. And the partnership is among the private sector, those manufacturers in food processing, and philanthropy. The Community Foundation of South Wood County has partnered with that private sector and with the Workforce Development Board to set up a very specialized training program through our technical college system. And at the back end of the training, when those people graduate from that very specific training programs, those private sector employers have agreed to interview and give them preferential treatment in hiring.
It's really important that the council understand that the young adults that boards work with are the most disadvantaged people in our communities, and that it's absolutely essential that we help them understand the need for them to be competitive and really prepared to be our future workforce. One of our strategies for engaging young adults is the Middle College Project. And in the Middle College Project, what we do is young people who are enrolled in their high schools, but who are really telling us that the high school experience just is irrelevant to them, are now becoming students at Madison College and taking technical education programs that help them understand that the basic skills that they're learning in high school are really relevant to the workplace and the future skills they'll need to be competitive workers.
I think for us, the development of the youth is so important. Again, we're fairly rural, we're limited on our resources. We do have a problem with brain drain. Many of the youth do want to leave to go to a more exciting region, which is understandable, but often they don't have the knowledge of what's really available in their own backyard. And those employers are good employers that have good jobs that sometimes these youth need to know about. So we're really trying to focus on a grow your own and just show the youth that they can stay and work and have a great job and a great place to raise a family.
I think that youth development is a priority for us because we have technical colleges that train people. We have the universities that train folks. The public schools K through 12 gives them an education, but what we give them is the work experience that will make them successful employees. And as mentioned earlier, it's the development of the soft skills. It's the development of what it means to be a team member, to work in a group, to take supervision and give supervision. It is those work skills that we think are so crucial for these young people.
My name is Bob Bormans. I'm the Executive Director for the Southwest Wisconsin Workforce Development Board. On behalf of members of WWDA, we would like to thank you for this opportunity to share some thoughts and insights regarding the workforce development system here in Wisconsin. We hope you have a better understanding of the partnerships needed to support the statewide job center system, the initiatives to prepare the next generation's workforce, and the support that we provide for the economic growth and prosperity of the state of Wisconsin. My colleagues and I would be pleased to have conversations with you about our activities, or you can learn more about the system by going to wwda.org.